everybody, it's John at Amateur Scale Models. So here's the Ford. I did get a little advice about the cab, and I did take a look at the transmission and the opening for it. And I mean, that's not the problem. It's actually the base, which is weird, because if you look at the top, you can see where it touches the fender. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to deal with that issue. But here it is, all completed. And a shot of the engine. I did sand off a lot of the chrome. Wasn't a fan of the amount of chrome. I think it would have muddled the whole thing. But yeah, here she is. Oops. Back. See if I can get the back opened. The rear opens. I think the two-tone came out pretty good for my first go-around. I did get a couple tiny spots of bleed through, but for the most part, yeah, I really like it. See if we can get a little shot of the. I know this isn't the best camera for close-ups, but here's the interior. I just saw. I just watched the Artistic Model Builder, and I thought it was pretty interesting that he uses some kind of floor wax to make his seats look vinyl. But anyway, that's just a side note. So yeah, there it is, looking good. And let's see it with the hood on. Give me a second. Okay. There she is with the hood on. Yeah, very sharp looking truck, I think. So there it is. I thought I'd actually share with you my other kits that I built. I'll start with the ones that I like and I feel are worthy. So let's do that. Let's move this guy out of the way. Place him gently. Oh, there's my farmer's porch. And so this is the Olds 442. This is one of my favorites. I love the paint color, the wheels, interior. Now this is one of my favorite builds. If you can tell, you can't see the lines for the grooves for the doors. Everything's kind of. It's because this one had the same reaction that I did when I painted over the Revell color. It started to do all those weird cracks and Freddy Krueger looking things. So I actually had to, I used alcohol on this one to remove the paint. I couldn't get it all off. I did a lot of sanding in it, but yeah, so the paint's a little thick. Now there's the interior. let's take a look under the hood, shall we? Well, there it is. If you're a subscriber to my channel, I know you recognize this car, and you recognize the engine also. Yeah, so here's the olds. All right, let's put this guy's hood back on. And let's take a look at the Chevelle. Again, another one of my favorites. I like a lot about this car. This is actually a Walmart Rust-Oleum on sale paint. In the markdown aisle. I guess it wasn't very popular, but I love it on the car. They didn't exactly have the best pleasure colors back then, the best body colors back then, but I think if this was a body color, it would have been tops. Yeah, there's the interior. So these cars actually, with the exception of the Camaro, the dashes and everything are hand detailed. I didn't use the decals yet. Oh, except this one, I'm sorry. This one I did use the decals, but this one had a piece of glass that went over, a piece of plastic I should say, that went over the gauge, area, and I didn't exactly water slide it. I just cut it out and glued it in there. But yeah, there's the Chevelle, and let's take a look under this hood, shall we? There's my note because I always forget to turn on the mic. All right. So there's the interior. Pull back a little bit, maybe get a little clearer picture. Yeah, so there it is. Again, another one of my faves. All right, I'm going to put the hood back on this guy. Set him back here. It's a very tight parking lot. Let's take a look at the Impala. Yeah, another one of my. Now I have 4 that I built that I really like. But I haven't been back into the modeling for very long. So there's the interior. And I really like. It's purple. I hope the color translates to you because through my camera it looks blue. It's not blue. It's purple. So let's take a look under this guy's hood. Oh, there it is. Really like the way it came out. So yeah, there's the Chevelle. Yeah, so those are the four. Well, technically there's five. I didn't bring the Camaro out because that was my latest video. If you want to see it, just go to my channel and look for the video with the Camaro reveal. Alright, so I'm going to put these guys back, and I'm going to grab the ones I kind of despise. So hold on. I'll be back before you know it. You won't even know that I disappeared. Okay, we're back with the rest. So this is the first one I did. The Nova. I did, that was my first time using color change paint, so I just was messing around and kind of, that's all I used was the color change on it. Yeah, I mean, this is the first one I did when I got back into it, so not really thrilled with it. It's alright. It's a Yenko, and but anyway, yeah, see the dash there. I saw fluorescent green, the panel. I was like, wow, you know, I didn't have fluorescent colors when I was building as a kid, so I figured, oh, I'll see what it looks like on the dash. As you can see, not that great. So yeah, there it is. There's the Nova. I will, it's got a good shine to it. If you kind of like that deal, I guess. So here's the engine. It's not a lot of detail. I didn't do that much detail. I mean, a little bit. I kind of was just seeing what I was still capable of doing. So, yeah, there it is. Let's put the hood back on this puppy. I'll put those other ones away, make room on the parking lot. And this is the second one I did. Did FE3X Oldsmobile Cutlass. This one I laid down black and then put the color change over it. I mean, the metallic in it is incredible. But so I don't know if you'll notice, I'll point it out after. Do some spinning around here. It's supposed to change to purple. I don't know if how much that'll translate on the camera. If you can see any of the change or not, but anyway, yeah. So there's that. And I mean, it didn't come out too bad. And the interior for me looks pretty good. Again, that's hand detailed, which I've seen much better freehand detailing on your channels. But anyway, yeah, so let's look at the engine, and then we'll look a little more closely at the paint job and why I don't like this. So there's the engine compartment. Started doing a little more detail, sloppy, but yeah, I think better than the Nova. so yeah, so let's take a gander at what's seriously wrong with this car. Alright, so aside from the messy freehand on the grill, I don't know if you can see. If you notice, look at the paint job, the color change on the car, and then on the front front bumper area. See, it got really dark. Man, when I painted those separately, so I don't know exactly. Obviously, I think it got caked on a lot heavier. Earlier wasn't painting in the booth with any kind of ventilation or anything. It was actually inside a box on top of my workbench. Not that that's an excuse, but I think, some things I don't know, just got heavy-handed. And the same thing with the fin on the back and the back bumper. The parts that were separate did not come out good. Kind of tried to hide the fact a little bit by painting the bottom quarter black, hoping that would kind of maybe bring that together, that disaster, but it really didn't. So yeah, not a fan of this car. I don't know what I'll do with it, but pretty horrifying. Alright, the next car I'm going to show you is funny because I hate it. I can't stand it. I think it's the worst one out of all of them. And the weird thing is, my wife, it's her favorite. She thinks it's the best out of all I've done. This is car number 3. It's Dom's Charger from Fast and Furious, Super Bee. So there it is in all its horrifying glory. Yeah, so there's a few issues with this. One thing is, and I didn't know what to do about it. I do now, but if you can tell, it's warped. It's really warped. I don't like the interior. It was brush heavy, so I think it was the color I used. I had a really hard time getting it on there evenly. I mean, the paint job on it is not too bad. It's not fantastic by any means. But yeah, that's one I really hate. It's only still together because my wife loves it. So let's take a gander on this hood, shall we? Without pulling off the hood scoop. Right, so there's the engine. So, I think that's better. I'm going to do a lot more detail in it. I haven't tried wiring yet. I've never wired before. Yeah, so I'm going to give a shot. Maybe in the Camaro that I'm going to be building, I'll give that a try. I'm intimidated by some of the stuff, but best way to do it is trial by fire. Alright, so there we go. There's that. I did spend a couple hours last night on the Camaro, stripping it. So, in this one, the steering wheel, it's tiny, and I broke it. I don't know if you can tell. I fixed it, but I broke it. Yeah, so just the paint's on here heavy, So I don't know. I don't really want to paint over it. I do have this wheel from a previous build that I didn't use. I I don't know, that might be a possible alternative. Granted, it's not. Oops, I'm looking through the camera, I can't find it. There it is. So, I'll try soaking a little longer. There's a front end. That's pretty clean. That came out pretty easy. You know, I've got one side of the engine block done. Just the little nooks and crannies, and then I can't really seem to get out. I use my toothbrush. I don't know if the toothbrush isn't firm enough. But yeah, radiator. So all those pieces right there, I got pretty cleaned off. Car's back in the bath with the hood. That's almost done. It's going to need a little sanding. All right, this isn't the end. I'm going to show you my shop, which is not that exciting. So this is my little storage area where I got my extra wheels and rims, my chassis parts. I've got my interior and body parts in one of them. Of course, I think every shop needs a Dremel. You never know. Extra decals, some of my spray cans, and my turtle wax. I use turtle wax to polish my cars just because, look at that honking thing. It was $5, and I think it does a pretty darn good job. That will last me till the day I die, and I don't know, things they make specifically for modeling, I think sometimes are too rich for my blood. Yeah, so this is my bench. Actually, my daughter-in-law gave that to me. She's an artist and she paints. She bought a new artist table and gave me this one. So it's got the extending table on it. Fits my mat and my paints and my little tools. It's got slots for my brushes, all my alligator clips, my glues. I got my paint thinner over there. This is my studio. That's my, my tripod, my light. As I mentioned before, it's my farmer's porch, place for my cat to hang out with me. I know you saw a bed, that's not so if I need to take a nap after building. This was my daughter's room. She moved to North Carolina and I took it over. So yeah, this is where I'm displaying my cars right now. Still got remnants in here, but I'll probably clean some of this stuff out. And it is lighted, so I got plenty of shelves in here for future builds. Rated a little high, but I might lower them. So yeah, there's my shop, my bench, my treasured cars, and the cars I think belong in the junkyard. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated on how the Camaro's coming. I did buy some paints for my airbrush, which I'm excited to get started using, and I'm going to use it a lot on the Camaro. It'll be practice. I think I've got the hand movements, or I should say body movements back. Don't move your hands, move your body. Yeah, I think I'm doing the dots pretty good. The sword shapes, lines, vertical and horizontal. So yeah, I'm pretty confident it's going to come out good. So I'd like to thank you for joining me. Click the like button if you haven't yet. Please subscribe. Thank you to all my new subscribers, old and new. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I'll see you next time. God bless.